Manor Lords Early Access is here, and today we're going to go through some of the key features of this new release and see what it's all about, if it's living up to the hype. It's one of the most wish-listed games on Steam, and I played it for a couple of hours on my stream last night after the first time, and it was great. It was far better than I expected. You can see here from the clean main menu, just to start things off, you get an option to start your new game. There are a bunch of features that aren't actually included in the early access at the moment, but they do say they are a work in progress. Now here you can select any kind of portrait here. It sits in the top right corner. It kind of doesn't do much, but it's nice just to have a choice of your emblem. You can change your guy's name, and you can start your new game here choosing whatever coat of arms you like, any colors, and it's a nice little feature to kind of get started. Now moving into the game setup, they give you a few nice options here. You can set it to challenging difficulty. You only get the one map to begin with. You can see it here called Early Access Map, and you can also try the 3 different game modes. Ride to Prosperity is where you just need to reach the large town settlement level. After that, you can carry on playing the game as you like. And then the main one, which is the only one I've played at the moment, the Restoring the Peace mode, where you can conquer every region on the map. And there's quite a lot of regions, and it does take a long time to get to that stage, with other forces coming in and trying to take over the land against you. And the other one is the On the Edge game mode, which is survive all the attacks and then reach large town as well. So that looks like it's more of a combat focused game mode. Now you can see here what I was doing straight away. Chucked it on challenging difficulty, left all the default settings as they were, and went straight into a game. And so when you start off a new game, you get given your supplies, you get given an ox, and you actually see that when you go and build something just like this, like a logging camp, if you chuck it in here, you can choose how it goes in, what direction. You get nice little tips to tell you how to play the game, and the game just generally looks really great. You can zoom in at this level, and it looks like a real area. Like, they do everything phase by phase. You tell them to make this logging camp, which means the person that controls the ox comes over, picks up one of your resources, which are here. You've got 6 timber, which are these ones lying on the floor, and then they take them over to here and they put them into the logging camp, and then anyone who is unassigned will start working on it. So it's a really nice little system. It kind of complements itself with the building. Anything attached to a road, you can see here, you get all these messages. You can build a road just like that, and you can go and attach buildings to the road, and as long as buildings are attached to the road, things will start to function. You get all these tips about the plots and how they face down. The tips are really helpful in the early game. You can assign any way you like with the plots. You can make one slightly bigger than the other, which is really cool. And if you chuck that down in here, you'll actually see that the foundations of the plot go down, and then any workers who aren't assigned to a job will start working on the job. And you have so many options here. You can build a well, and you could do a whole bunch of other stuff. Fast forwarding through the time as well, you can see how it works. The ox is bringing over stuff, and then they're filling up the build site. All the workers build the building, and as you progress through, you'll get more and more workers as long as your approval here is above 50% or above 75%. I think it doubles as well. So you can see here it's a system based on giving the people what they want. So the first one here, water access, all you need to do is build a well, and then that one gets their approval up, which means the population growth goes up, which means more villagers, as long as you have enough houses. And then you need to set up things like fuel stalls, food stalls, clothing stalls. And at the beginning, it is a bit confusing not knowing where they are. But if you click into the construction menu here, you can actually go to the residential section, and you can choose this one here, the marketplace, and you can set a marketplace area which houses all of your stalls, and that's how many it can take. It can take all the little X's there you see. That's how many stalls you can have. And then the workers that are assigned to do food or assigned to do fuel or clothing, they will make stalls in those areas as part of their families to give the people what they want as you progress through. So it took a little bit of getting used to there, but it is a really neat little system, and you slowly get used to how it kind of works. But at the moment, I'm loving this game so far. There's a lot to it. I actually did one playthrough. I got about halfway into the first kind of section, and I had my approval down so low because I didn't quite do it in the right way, that I thought, okay, now I'm going to use what I've learned and go start a new one. And it actually went really, really well. You can leave it on fast forward times. You've got a seasonal yearly cycle going through as well. You can see down in the bottom right, you've got spring, summer, autumn, winter, and different things. It even tells you there what happens in those seasons. And I think the main thing you've got to do as you go along, once you start assigning families like this, you've assigned a family, you've got Jacob, the husband, you've got the son, and you've got the wife there all working on the area. So you've actually got 3 people working in that area, and some of them doing different jobs. Then you get options like this. Once you've got the wood coming in, you can actually create yourself something like a woodcutter's lodge, which once they create it, you can actually link up with a road. You can see the little dots here. It's really nice and handy to have these dots where you can link all the roads together and click build, and just like that, they're all linked to things like the market here. So you've got a market space here. And now that we've got this in, if we assign a family to the woodcutter's lodge to make the firewood, you'll notice very quickly that the workers will go out, they'll collect the logs from the logging camp, they'll bring it over to the firewood creator, and then they'll turn up here at the market and create a stall. And that's really how the game is working. You can see they've just started making that stall now, and then that stall here is the general store for the firewood, and then you'll get people from the villages coming over, and as you can see, we've got the fuel supply underway. So it's a really nice system on how it all works together. And then you'll notice as we zoom out, you've got territories. We've got the areas of the map, and we are in this one area at the top here. You zoom all the way in, and you're all the way in this map. So it's a very big map to get across. And you have all these other territories that you're supposed to take over. We're currently in Goldhof, and then you work your way through the territories. And the aim of this game mode is to take over all the territories from the opposition forces. Bandits turn up on the map in this difficulty, as well as other people taking over the regions, and that's your job to get in there, build up a good army, and get yourself out in the region. It's so far been really, really fun, and I'm loving what I'm doing so far with this game. I'm going to be streaming this every day for a little while, so if you do want to check out my stream, please head on over and make sure you do that. You can see here you also get letters every now and again. I haven't seen these too many times, but you can actually write back and choose how you want to enter the conversations. You can declare war, you can negotiate asking for silver, or you can say you don't have a right to claim here. You drop them in there and send it off to the person, and then await their response, which is really nice. You get a nice little clean UI as well. You got the unassigned workers, the assigned workers, the living spaces that you have available, and the families that you have. You can see here you have 5 level 1 families. And then the main aim really in the early game is to get this approval as high as possible. As soon as it hits 50% and you make those stalls, you'll start bringing in more people every month. And every month you get more people, you get more hands on deck, you get more help. You just need to make sure you're providing enough food, firewood, and everything to kind of cope with it all. And then from there, you've got your regional wealth. And a really good early game tip for me that I found was to get a second ox. You can see down at your ox's stall here, a hitch post. If you get 2 planks, you can upgrade the hitch there to take 2 oxen, and then you can go and order another one. And I would highly recommend, do not order another one until you have that second post up to take the space, and then you assign a family to it, and boom, you will have one whole family controlling 2 or 3 of the ox as well, which is really, really handy early game to be delivering resources as well as picking up the wood from the land. So there's some really cool game mechanics here that make it really feasible to work as long as you know where to find them. And yeah, so far, loving it. I've barely touched the game at the moment. I've only done a 4-hour stream, and I thought it was such a good game. I love my medieval games, and this is definitely one to be playing. You can see from the menu here, the early access stuff is a lot of it locked in early access, work in progress, work in progress. So there is lots more to come from this game, as well as more battle mechanics and so much more to go. We've got the army tab here where you can create new units. You go into here, you choose one. Now, it took a long time for me to actually get to the stage of actually being able to use these guys early on, but you can create your first militia unit, and you can see there we have 4 males who can take over as part of the army group here, and then you have to build a building which can craft a Fletcher building which can make your bows. So, and to do that, you need to have this one here where you get the Fletcher building, which is locked behind this one here, which means getting your house to level 2. And once you've done that, you'll be able to build the archer bows, the war bows, and then they'll slowly start filling up for the people. But that actually converts that house into a Fletcher's workshop and takes away the family from their assigned jobs and puts them into there to make those bows. So it's a bit of an interesting system. I haven't touched into it a huge amount yet, but so far for early access, it is absolutely phenomenal. I love the game. I love the view you get. And I think the best feature at all is just being able to jump into the game as your leader. You can jump in, visit mode here. You see at the top there, early access, it says very early in development, expect glitches, but look how cool this is. You can click into it and you are in the game. You are in your place. You can, as a third person guy, running around, and you can see how the place looks, how it functions, and you can't really do any interacting, but it's really nice to be able to just have this ability to run around and watch what people are doing in real time. And it is a lot of fun. I would highly recommend getting this game. I currently have it on early access. It's very much running very nicely on early access too. I would definitely recommend buying it on Steam or getting it on early access in the Game Pass. It's well worth it, and in my opinion, a very good game. If you see more videos from me regarding this game, if you want to catch my stream, please head over to my Twitch in the link in the description and support me there as well. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, a thumbs up. It's my first actual video on this channel. I'm trying to get some reviews going. And if you want to see anything else, please let me know what your thoughts on what you want to see on this channel. If you want to see more gameplay of this game, or if you want to see more reviews of different games, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Peace.